Don, we've just put up the possible starting 11, assuming that De Jong joins as well in the summer. We'll talk about that in a moment with Rob. Does this work for you? Is this a good side? You look at that, there's enough quality there.
There's enough quality there, but that's a million miles behind Man City and Liverpool for sure. And that 11 there that we've put up there, that's a struggle for top four, in my opinion.
Wow.
You know, I think when you look at Ronaldo staying, it's a good move on his part and a good move from the club's part. Only if you bring someone else in. And the hottest young striker out there, which no one's talking about, is Victor Osimhen at Napoli. You know, you bring him in, and I've always said about Ronaldo, you play him just a little bit deeper and you give him a bit of a free role. He'll still get the numbers. He's still got a brilliant attitude. But if you go into a season where Ronaldo has to play more or less every single game as a 9 of 37 and expect to repeat the numbers, as Craig was saying, it's nigh on impossible. It's nigh on impossible for him to keep doing it every single week when he's looking at the players behind him thinking, I've got to carry you and I've got to carry you and I've got to babysit you and you behind me are not quite good enough and we're shipping goals at the back. So that 11 that, as I said, we put up, that's a struggle for top four.
Rob, obviously, we included De Jong. What's the latest, sir?
Yeah, United are still in talks with Barcelona, but it is one that we expect to get done eventually. United are very, very keen to sign him. Barcelona are very, very keen to sell. And you know, when you get a situation like that, you know, usually the player ends up at a new club. But there is one issue in that Frenkie de Jong hasn't been particularly keen to join Man United. You know, his name's been touted around the rest of Europe. He wants to stay in the Champions League. Obviously, United aren't in the Champions League. But ultimately, you know, with Barcelona trying to force him out the door because they've got their own financial problems to solve, and United's so keen to sign him that it is one that we expect to happen eventually.
How much difference does that make, Craig, that Manchester United isn't at the top of his places where he desires to go?
Well, it makes a difference if he's got a sniff that there's somewhere else.
Right.
As a player, you'll just wait. If there's nothing out there, you've got to make a decision. But if there are 2 or 3 clubs that take your fancy and a deal can be done with Barcelona, then that's a problem for Man United. But I just wonder if, you know, with Ten Hag being there as well in that association, that could be a big draw. Look, yeah, Man United are a massive club, but it's going to take a bit of convincing for some players that they are going in the right direction, because they've been going in the wrong direction for way too long now. And so players notice these things, and it is a concern. You know, obviously you can throw money at players and see if that gets the job done. So it's going to be an interesting one. I get the feeling this is a move that, as Rob said, could probably happen. I think because of that relationship, the Dutch relationship, manager and player. They need him. Barcelona need the money. Yes, he won't be playing in the Champions League this season, but barring a disaster, they should certainly be in the fight for it next year.
Yeah.
You know, last year was a shambles, an absolute shambles. They should never have been in the position that they're in, but they are. And they have to manage to fight their way out of it. But he's a player that would be given his head at Man United. I get the feeling at Barcelona, it feels as if, you know, he's just not been let loose.
Yeah.
He's always talking about, I'm not playing in the right position. This doesn't suit me sometimes. You know, I've got Busquets getting the ball there, and I've been asked to do this. And previous to that, Messi was there. And I just get the feeling that if he does sign for Man United, Ten Hag and him will sit down and say, look, this is what I think. This is where we'll get the best of you. Getting the ball off the back 4, starting the moves off, but still getting forward. And I think at Barcelona, he just feels there's others that do that, and he's in the periphery. So I think it will be a good signing, because I think going to Man United, we might see the best of him, and we certainly haven't seen it consistently at Barcelona.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.